Sure, man, come on. Grab this guy. Come on. Yeah, guys. On the way back. I'm not pushing you. What is this guy?
Move the TV guy.
Move the TV guy. He's holding it 50 foot above his head. Come on. Come back.
We're doing no good, yeah?
Guys, come all the way back. Come all the way back. Not in front of me. It's the guy with the camera standing there. I just started. Is this your bag? Come in. Come back. Victoria as well. Don't lift your camera above your head. It would be alright if I didn't have a cameraman lifting his camera up. Right, come back. Cameraman. Oh, come on. All the way back. Come on back. Get this TV guy. Guys, come back. This guy here. Man. Okay. You can't see the sign. You want to come back? I'm not going to get the fucking... You don't need to put your camera up. Come back. TV, you need to come down. Look at him holding this camera all the way up, man. Put your camera down, man. No one's going to get any pictures. Good. Right, you need to take him back, man, if you want it. I'm going to bring him to the side. You're higher. Can I bring you to the side here?
I am Julian Assange. I am the canary in the cage.
Who's this idiot with the phone?
If I die down the coal mine from poisonous gas, that's the signal for all the miners to leave. But I am half poisoned already from government corruption of law and gaming of the system, and gaming of the legal system by government, and no some. I am still whistling away, but 7 million people don't know what the fuck is going on in this world. Julian Assange is a publisher. He began in 2006, he began Wikileaks, a safe haven for whistleblowers.
Down, guys, down.
At the same time, the net to catch him was cast back then. Since then, Wikileaks has published, released thousands upon thousands of secret documents in the public interest, exposing government corruption worldwide and all kinds of corruption worldwide. It is not a crime to publish the truth. The collateral murder video went viral. It was in the public interest. Don't extradite Assange. It's a stick-up. There is an indictment with 80 counts. They amount to a total of 175 years in jail. Each one of them is worded so as to tick the box guilty every time. I will give you an example. One of them says conspiracy to obtain information for the purpose of this every day of their lives. It is their working habit to publish information from sources, sometimes secret sources. So, record this. In that case, we might get a judge that's not corrupt at Julian's trial as it goes on. Last year, a federal judge upheld Wikileaks' right to obtain information that was illegally acquired. So, there's a total contradiction and stop corruption. This is the most important thing in the world because the world is corrupt, riddled with corruption, and we're all going to die from climate change and the political, financial corruption.
Beautiful.
Vivienne, straight ahead. Vivienne, straight ahead.
Let me out of this cave! Let me out!
Guys, you still don't need to go forward. You have zoom lenses. Imagine. Vivienne. 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 Vivienne, come to the bars. Come to the Come to the bars. That's it.
Hold on to them, Vivienne.
Vivienne, looking up, looking straight ahead. Vivienne, looking up. Put your cameras down. Put your cameras down. Put your cameras down.
Guys, we need to see the Julian Assange.
Get that guy's camera down.
Guys, come back.
Come on, guys. Kai, go and just pull this camera down. This camera down. Look at him.
Listen, you've got a whole load of press behind you. You've got the Guardian and everyone behind you, man. Come on, mate.
Put your camera down a little bit, man. You're spoiling everyone's shot back here.
Vivienne. Sorry, Vivienne.
What's carrying your camera around like that? Is this the new thing, is it? What?
Two people got shot.
Walking away.
Get the Julian Assange with her. That was the thing, not.
Thanks very much. Sorry, I was in your face.
No, keep it warm.
You learn a lot. No, because he's not head of.
So, how did we get on there?
I think I got it.
Is that all good? Good, good. I'm going to go and see Vivienne now. I'm going to say hello.
UK!
Hands off the song! US! UK!
Hands off the song! US! UK! Hands off the song!
to be over there in just a second, guys.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, we'll be back over there in just a minute. Just give it 2 seconds.
How you doing? Yeah, hey, a bit tired. How are you? That's all right. Yeah.
If you're really going to train the stop, let it go.
No extradition! Free! 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 Free!
No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you.
Because, yes, a bird in a cage, and because the canary was a whistleblower for the miners, if poisonous gas got leaked, then everybody got out because they feared an explosion. And if the canary died, they knew the gas was there and they all cleared off, all got up. And Julian Assange is in a cage and he needs to get out. It's the most important thing. Don't extradite Assange to America. So we got the idea that he's been buried in a cage, trapped in conditions that have completely destroyed his health, mental and physical, without sun. And so, you know, that was a good idea. And I'm wearing yellow because he still hasn't had any sun. And the poor canary, you know, is a beautiful thing. And, you know, she wants to fly again. But I've no idea, you know, I'm talking about the personal thing with Julian, but with regard to journalism, if they arrest Julian for telling the truth, then they've got to arrest all the journalists from The Guardian, the New York Times, the Spiegel, the whole world. WikiLeaks is an enabler for other journalists, yes, to co-publish with him. But yeah, but then they can, why can't Russia just go and pick up an American citizen who visits Moscow and says, you've been telling lies about Russia and we're going to put you in jail, and when they've been telling the truth? Why can't Saudi Arabia do that against, what's he called, the man that had his fingers cut off, Khashoggi? Khashoggi, I mean, I should remember that. Why can't other people do that? This is what they want to do to Julian Assange, because America, they think that they are God's country, they're the only democratic force in the world, and everybody else is corrupt. But they're the ones who are the most corrupt of all.
What does this case mean for independent media?
Sorry?
What does this Julian Assange's case mean for independent media?
Well, it just means that they can't tell the truth anymore. They're not allowed to tell the truth. That's what it means. You've got to repeat our spin. We don't want you telling the truth.
What do you think this process is going to change?
Sorry?
What do you think the process will change?
Well, I think we'll get it, and that's it, because it's wonderful to have a chance to speak through the media to the public, because there's been such a spin in adopted up to now, and I think people want to hear the.
When was the last time you spoke to you?
Oh, a long time ago. Yeah, it's just I've got to wear this mask. But anyway, yeah, and he asked us to help him. I visited him in Belmarsh before COVID. I visited him, and he was not too bad then. But what I've heard about him, when he was put on trial in a plastic case, when he couldn't even speak, and he was so alienated and disorientated from being kept in torture conditions that he couldn't even defend himself. So I heard this, and I mean, and that was done in broad daylight, you know, and so I don't know what condition he's in now. But, you know, maybe he can recover to some extent himself, but he's now got a terminal illness even. And this is abuse of governments for gaming the law, illegal gaming of the law by governments. Law, we don't have law, we have misrule of law by government. And Spain.
Well done, thank you. So there we go, guys. Is that okay, Josh?
Thank you.
Was that all good, Josh? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Well, later on, this morning actually, I think we're going to be making our way down to Parliament Square. So, and then we're going to go and say hello to Boris Johnson, Dominic Raab, and our friend Mike. So, what we'll do is, I think, what do you reckon we should do there, Josh?
I mean, do you want to make your way down there and I'll put up a loading screen or something?
Yeah, I can. Do you want me to keep live, or do you want me to come back live in a bit?
It's up to you.
Hi.
Hello, Alex. How are you doing, dear? You all right?
You just finished.
Oh, I'm freezing. Shaky
So
like
that was great. Were you able to ask her any questions? Can we ask her any questions? Because Action for Assange want to have her on live.
She was just getting mobbed, big time. I mean, it's,
Right. Yeah.
God, these journalists are nightmares, isn't they? They're all like, oh, put your camera down, fighting. Oh, crazy. I tell you.
I caught most of it, but only the end.
Did you?
Mm.
But yes, we've got plenty
Well
coming.
done. I think it looked great from where I was standing. It was a bit quiet when she could see the whole bird cage, but then when you got closer, it was good. You could still hear her, but it was only just, you know.
Yeah. Oh dear. Come say hello to everybody. Say hello.
Hello.
You're
Hello.
live. Alex. Yeah, that's Alex.
Hello.
Are you still live?
We're still
Yeah, we're
live.
live.
We're still around
Oh,
the
right.
corner.
I didn't realise you were still live. I thought you were off live. Oh, but
They're doing press
shall I leave you alone then?
I've only just started listening quite recently, and I didn't
Hello,
know.
anyway.
If I knew, Alex,
Hi. Just popping in to say hello. Well done, everybody. Keep going.
Hello.
See you. That was a fast organisation.
We will until the end.
Really good.
Yeah.
We're hoping someone can ask Vivienne Westwood if they can, if she could join them on the Action for Assange. If anyone can hear me.
Oh, I've got to, yeah, this is my work phone.
We need to film around there. See you later, guys.
The what? Around this way, Vivienne. Vivienne, come this way. Sit down, please. And Vivienne, there you go, Vivienne. Straight down this way in the middle there. Lovely.
just stand here, please.
Good. And just to this corner, please, Vivienne. Thank you very much. Vivienne, just down. Sit down, please, Vivienne. Sit, please, Vivienne. Vivienne, can you come this way a bit, please? Vivienne, just round this way, please. Vivienne, just bring your eyes around to your left and right, please. Vivienne, right. Vivienne, just eyes to your right. And one more around this way, Vivienne, please. And Vivienne, just eyes back to your right hand side. Looking down, please, Vivienne.
Mine.
Yes.
Need to go.
Vivienne, just down this way. Someone needs to move. Excuse me, mate. Can you move that way?
Don't need to.
Vivienne, 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 Vivienne. You look right over to your left.
Nice.
Vivienne.
Lovely. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
right.
you.
Put a hand down, Vivienne.
Covered in reptiles.
Oh dear.
You tried to attack them.
Freezing.
You tried to grab someone's
I think
bag.
it's more about. I think it's more about controlling the.
Should I do it?
Oh, you see?
Okay, because he was good.
When we put our signs up in 2023,
Oh dear.
she's done her own sign. We're coming in before
I'll take you over to see her again.
won't have the chance to ever tell the truth again. Then there's the question.
Jeremy Corbyn lost Boris Johnson, and in the US now Joe Biden has called Julian Assange a digital terrorist. So is there really any hope now for Julian Assange to be liberated from extradition to the United States?
What the Americans are doing is they are trying to fit the victim to the crime, and they're inventing crimes in order to fit them to the victim. And so they're making up these total rubbish crimes, as is the example you've just given me. You know, it's not a crime to be digital, is it? You know, I mean, and it's not a crime. A federal judge upheld WikiLeaks' right to publish information, illegally acquired information. Whistleblowing is legal if it's the truth. You know, this is how every journalist works. They have to, on a daily basis, they have their sources who they don't reveal, and they get their information, and they tell us the truth. And that's what it's all about, and America's trying to stop this process by fiddling with the law, so that when they frame the law, you tick the box, guilty. I'll give you an example. It is, wait a minute, conspiracy. Conspiracy to obtain secret information because you wanted to obtain secret information. Tick the box. Oh yes, you wanted to obtain secret information. So that's a crime, you know, and therefore, you know, your crime is you're guilty because you're guilty. You know, that is the nature of every one of those crimes. It's fitting the victim to the crime.
So what was the symbolism today of the canary in the cage? Of course, you were canary.
Sorry?
What was the symbolism of being a canary in the cage, representing Julian Assange?
Well, I just wanted to, before that, I just thought, if America is allowed to take a person who's not American, who's Australian, and say, we need him because we need to put him in jail because he told the truth about America. What's to stop Vladimir Putin saying, there's a person just come to visit us in Moscow, arrest him, because he's not a Russian citizen, he's a Frenchman, but he told the truth about Russia. And so we're going to put him in jail for life. What's to stop people doing this? This is insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, and so your question was what?
What was the symbolism between the canary in the cage and Julian Assange?
Well, it is that a net was cast. A net was cast to trap Julian when he formed WikiLeaks right from the beginning, and they've set him up and stitched him up, and it has been a collusion of governments doing this, even possibly worldwide. You know, I'm not saying China necessarily, but America, even Europe. They've colluded in this because corruption is institutional and endemic throughout the whole world. If I say to somebody, the government is corrupt, they'll say, oh yes, we live in a terrible world. Everybody knows it's so bad. And so we've got to break this corruption by setting a truth teller free. That's it.
And just finally, you mentioned Vladimir Putin. Today, the Russia report is coming out, and there's allegations from mainstream media that Julian Assange is a Russian agent. What do you say to that?
Well, everything's spin. Everything I've ever heard that the press ever says about him is a lie. And when they've lied about him already, they've gone to Russia. And so I'm assuming that this is just another, you know, a bit of rubbish added to the batch. You know?
Thank you so much, Vivienne. Thanks. Thank you. Can we just thank you so much.
Wow. Sorry. There you go. Was that all good?
Yep.
Good, good. Oh, I'm freezing cold.
Why?
I don't know. It's really odd. Oh dear. Let me keep you that going there, Josh.
Cool.
Hey?
A spare cigarette.
Should we smoke?
I didn't see it.
Some dude with a flag in it.
I know, it's outrageous,
Right, no, I like this one.
10, you're lying.
Yeah, leave it. I'll fuck around.
Go on then.
No.
Say hello to
point it.
Josh. We're going a week.
Dave has gone for the constitutional up at the local coffee shop. I have hijacked his stream, and we got in the background we got Vivienne Westwood, who is still doing interviews, and this must be about the 10th one she's done for the reptiles and the paparazzi, and some genuine journalists, I'm sure, excluding the Good Morning Britain crowd this morning. She was terrible, that woman. She was awful. I don't even know what her name was, but I mean, talk about brain dead, asking stupid questions, issues that have been resolved years ago. Her editor should be ashamed putting that script in front of her. That's terrible. That's straight out of the MI5 playbook, you know, of their bloody scripted work. It's something she bloody published in The Guardian. Anyway, Dave, Simpson Media UK, should I say, he's been brilliant today. He's been covering live streams. He's been getting all the different info from everyone. Let's see if we can have a word with some of the Julian Assange supporters.
Who were looking after the DNC computers, but nothing was extracted from the computer.
Excuse me, can we have a comment for Simpson Media UK about why you're here today? And, what you thought of Vivienne's show today?
Yeah, well, I was just saying to my colleague here that, I mean, I think this has kind of got off the people's radar because of the corona lockdown. This was a very...
It's martial law, I tell you. It's martial law. Sorry, carry on.
It was a very effective way of getting it back into people's consciousness, which is obviously very important. But as I was just saying, I mean, what shocks me is that, I mean, so much information has come out now, but it doesn't seem to become part of the understanding of the general public, and certainly not the media. Namely, that the manager of CrowdStrike, I believe the company's name is, has admitted the people who were managing Hillary Clinton's server have admitted that nothing was extracted from there. So it proves the point. It proves the point that there was no espionage. I mean, why is it still standing as espionage, other than the fact that people are ignoring things that they know to be true?
Well, there you go. Simple questions which are unanswered. They're either neither confirmed nor denied by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, by the Home Office, and by Judge Baretza at the Westminster Magistrates Federal Court of US jurisdiction. Thank you very much for UK's Simpson Media UK, who is currently on a short break and has been hijacked by EF Press.
Where does Simpson Media broadcast?
He's got a live stream on the Facebook. I'm not exactly sure. What are we on today?
Action for Assange.
Say again?
Action for Assange. It's YouTube.
We're live stream Action for Assange. They're really fantastic.
Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, the mainstream aren't here. There's nobody I recognise, apart from the guy from RT.
ITV this morning were here.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, and the lady on that was a sort of Nazi plant by MI6. I mean, the questions she asked were ridiculous.
Yeah. Scott's interview in Julia.
And Vivienne turned around and tore a strip off us. And what are these questions you're asking? It's SOB, what are you doing?
And they probably won't broadcast it.
Eric's here today in support of Julian Assange and Vivienne. What did you think? Did you see the show?
No, unfortunately I arrived. I mean, no, it's so hard to find it. Old Bailey, I mean, I thought it was the High Court.
You can watch it on RTV Plus Lab.
Anyway.
Yeah, it'll be on TV. They got Vivienne on the This Morning Britain. So you can see how the fascist state interview a lady of quality, a lover of freedom, and a Julian Assange supporter. So
assuming they broadcast it.
They will broadcast.
You think they will?
Yeah, because it's Vivienne. You can't broadcast
It's shown again. That's another thing.
Family members here. Everyone's here. Where's your man? Where are you going? Don't go. That's my bloody sister. What's she doing?
Could you just go through that again with the person? You were talking about what Vivienne's been doing and stuff today. It was really interesting.
Okay.
I'm her brother, actually, so I'm making.
She's fantastic. No,
just tell him as you were.
Well, today Vivienne came here to raise the issue of the abuse of rule of law, the lack of due process in the US versus Julian Assange case. She is the canary in the cage today in yellow. She gave a fantastic speech summing up the situation of the corruption of the British criminal justice system and the cooperation with the US federal prosecutors, and to take this message outside the show trial court itself, which is the Old Bailey Central Criminal Court. And this court is managed and run by the City of London Corporation, and this is the heart of the beast. And when you want to extradite an Australian journalist to the US of A, this is where you come. And the only shame is the Lady Chief Magistrate Arbuthnot can't sit on this bench in this court because of the conflicts of interests. So she's sending a junior magistrate, Judge Baretza, who has got a massive promotion by sitting in the bench at the Old Bailey. And like in 80, that's it, you got enough.
Yeah.
And there's a live stream here, Eric, from the Simpson Media UK, linked up with the Action for Assange live. And Eric was telling us about, I've lost the thread, Eric. We were on the Assange, Vivienne's show she did today. It'll be online. There'll be lots of filming of it today. Check out the Action for Assange stream. That'll be on the YouTube and various other platforms.
It seems to me now that to any objective observer, it must be absolutely clear that this is purely vindictive. Because what are they saying? They're talking espionage. That's what they're trying to prosecute him with. Now, if it's been proven that no information was extracted from the DNC server, where is the espionage? The thing collapses. But because this is not petering out to the general public, they're getting away with creating this fiction that story still stands. You know, it's sort of like this massive denial of something we know to be true. Yeah, he stated it. The guy, the manager of CrowdStrike has stated it. But unless it's reported, something that is true is not true. It's the narrative that is true, which is allowing this process to continue. We're in this kind of Alice in Wonderland world where facts don't actually peter into the public narrative anymore.
Well, there you go.
Insane. It's an insane.
The world ain't round, it's crooked.
The truth on the street.
It's a bit more than crooked. It's
you won't see it on the BBC. You won't read it in the Guardian, and you certainly won't hear it on LBC. The truth that the gentleman, sorry, your name, Sean, has told, has more intelligence, information, and facts than the whole of the BBC, the Guardian, and LBC, and all the other rat pack of hackles, jackals, and half-time hacks who are feeding you lies, as was proved this morning on Good Morning Fucking Britain. Well, I've got a message for her.
It's what they call gaslighting, right? Where you know something to be true, but you keep talking as if it's not true in order to undermine people.
It's more like an old fanny. I know gaslighting. It's funny.
I'm just going to get round the front for these guys. Thank you. We'll be back. And the chanting began as I approached the crowd.
Free Julian Assange! 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 He's taking free Julian Assange! 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 Free Julian Assange!
As you can see, the public outrage grows outside this show trial farce that they call the London Old Bailey, once the home of the Chief Magistrate. And before the police ever came on the scene, they had the Bow Street Runners to execute warrants, subpoenas and orders of the court. And today we have the City of London Police, the modern day Bow Street Runners, and they are feared throughout the land for their lack of compassion, their brutality and support of the US empire in the name of our glorious leader, Alexander Boris the Triple Johnson. It's a court, but not as we know it, Captain. So have we got any message for the people from the Corporation of London Police? Any comment about today's event?
Is there anyone a stand military?
Have you got a press officer about, maybe? Little press officer, little comment, maybe? You got to try, haven't you? I can't really hear you. I'm trying to get this feed, but I haven't got the
I'll be quiet.
Got the feed. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm just muted.
Well, it's packing up time, and a lot of the Assange supporters are joining the Dunn family to confront Dominic Raab at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office at 12:45, and immediately we're going to make our way up to Parliament, where the US Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, is having a little friendly with Boris. And surprisingly, and I didn't know anything about this, it came totally out of the blue to me, apparently it's China's fault. And we must blame China for everything, despite the fact we've exported all our jobs and factories to China, and we have taken the Chinese money, and we have indebted ourselves because they're the only people who've got any cash. So apparently this week is China. Last week it was Russia. Next week I suppose it'll be Cuba or the Iranian brothers and sisters who are currently under economic siege, proxy warfare, and imminent invasion by the US empire must end. Well, I don't know where Dave's gone because he disappeared down the coffee shop gentleman's room.
And this is why this case is so important. Because I've been here once before.
This is Action for Assange live stream, UK Simpson Media, etc. Yeah, that's all right. What are you looking for? I might have. Yeah, do you want them?
If you don't mind.
Well, I can do you a selection, free of charge, as long as the purposes are for freedom and not oppression. Okay, well, I'll do it. Are you on our group?
I'm in the Angels group.
Oh no, I don't do them.
Okay.
But just give me your.
Which one is yours?
I can't even remember now. There's so bloody many of these things. I can't keep up with it. Alison. I can have a look actually, but I'm going to have to put this down for a minute.
The Sala Lawyers for Assange.
Okay.
I don't know, it's really pointing some of this happening. Yeah, there you go. Right, let me see, where are we? Free Assange and use that code. Well, you don't have to have it, but just give me your number and I'll do that. They got the live, say goodbye to the live stream, that's Action for Assange.
bye-bye, live stream.
Later.
Thanks, mate. Good luck, good work, you know. I would have done it too fucking late, though.
Yeah.
12 o'clock. Yeah, Boris and Mike Pompeo are best mates. Right, sorry, I'm very hopeless to this. What do I do? How do I put you a new person? I've got to put your number in first. Right, so
Yes, it's where we are going to see now at number 10 Downing Street. John Satanic Lost Yellow. Number 10 Downing Street. 10 Downing Street. Saying hello. CIA Girls.
show me the gold.
CIA Boys. CIA Chief.
Yeah, me too. I went to the High Court for the Banco Central de Venezuela versus the Bank of England.
All right.
And they wouldn't tell me where it was. They went on the market. They denied the case there.
They lied.
Yeah, and I went all round looking for it.
You managed to go.
But it's the last first day, I knew the judge, the justice tier, and I knew it was a commercial case. Anyway, what's your number?
85. 17 Can I interview you about that episode?
Yeah, no, it's very...
Yeah, good. I just thought that I got
Where's that's a live stream. Yeah, I did a bit of you. Go and say hello. Is that for you?
I'm back.
Welcome
Hi
back.
guys.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, Joe? Josh?
So what's the plan?
Right, the plan is we are going to make our way down to harass Pompeo.
Ah, good.
So that'd be fun. Just trying to organise this camera so I can plot it right there. Just so I can
Hello.
Right, I think we might be having soon. We might have, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can
Can you
hear
hear me, Josh?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to have Ali coming back to the camera soon with 92-year-old. Yeah, there we are.
A video.
Oh, here we are.
Here's Ali May and the oldest Assange protester there in London. She wanted me to introduce them.
Let me introduce you to Eric on the Action Assange team, Free Assange team. Eric, you're on just about every protest we do, aren't you? Every day.
Hi, Eric.
I haven't done any more than anybody else. So just say whatever I've done, the others have done too, and all of us. No false modesty. We're doing the right thing. And hopefully the rest of the population will understand this.
We hope so. We don't have false modesty, do we?
Yeah, well, I think, somehow, because somebody said it's either the truth or no improvement to the misery of so many millions in the world. So, we often say socialism or barbarism. Not the system they have now, which is based on the exploitation of so many privileged minority. Yeah, so we're pretty sure that's going to happen one or another, because if it doesn't happen, it'll be unendurable.
You can see the fall of civilization happening before your very eyes.
Fall of civilization. Yeah, well, Gandhi, when he came over here, was asked, what do you think is the Gandhi of Western civilization? He said, I think it would be a good idea. It's true, we're really civilized. We've got technological progress, but we certainly don't have social progress.
We seem to be going backwards, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's what I say, socialism or barbarism. I mean, at least capitalism wasn't barbarism, and initially. But, we felt we have to advance. We can't go back to from capitalism and go back to feudalism. Feudalism and go back to slavery.
What's Julian's role in all this?
Julian.
Okay, can I send you a voice message?
I don't throw because we owe it to ourselves.
All right, I'll do
You're all Julian, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. He really represents what all of us want.
Freedom, justice.
We're defending ourselves.
Yeah. And that was the message of Vivienne's show today as well.
I didn't hear it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you didn't get up early enough, Eric.
I did get up early, 7 o'clock.
He went to the High Court.
But I mean, I thought the Old Bailey was the one the High Court in the
It's
near
not-
the Strand.
Yeah, not far away.
And even when I came here, I saw Old Bailey, and then one place called Old Bailey, then another place called Old Bailey.
Okay, behind us here at the Magpie and Stump, do you see the Magpie and Stump?
Yeah.
We're standing in front of this pub, which has been renovated and gentrified. Okay, the Old Bailey is now called the Central Criminal Court.
Yeah, they
But
changed the name.
in the olden days, at the Magpie and Stump, whatever it was called then, they used to have dinner there and watch the executions as the prisoners were dragged out of the Old Bailey, convicted, and then they would execute them here where we're standing, outside this pub. And people would watch the executions while they were having their dinner. I'll try to reach up so you can see me on camera. Yeah, so isn't that a fright?
That's horrible,
It really
Ellie.
freaked me out because I came here one day and there was one of those London tourist guides telling the stories, and I was thinking, she said they used to eat pie and mash while they were watching the executions.
Oh,
What do you think of that?
it's sick.
But anyway, Eric, you've been a campaigner, a long-time campaigner, your whole life.
How many years? How many years has he been coming?
To Assange?
Well, Assange support, WikiLeaks support.
How many years have you been doing the Assange gig? How many years for Assange?
Well, as long as we've heard about it. In the case of Assange,
yeah,
we've only heard about it in the last, 2 years or 3 years? Yeah, 3.5. We hadn't heard of him before. Well, those were knew by the great journalist.
So also,
victimized.
other campaigns that that Eric did support was John Thor. Was it John Thor? Or what's the guy's name? That John Thor outside Parliament. 10 years outside Parliament.
Oh, that was Brian Hall.
Brian Hall. Sorry, Brian Hall.
10 years outside Parliament.
He was an anti-war.
2003.
He was an anti-war campaigner.
He's the one that pitched up.
Yeah, outside Parliament. You heard about him, did you?
He was in a tent outside.
Yeah. Brian had a tent outside Westminster for 10 years. And Eric went down every day to support him.
Amazing.
He literally had a sleeping bag, and then eventually got a tent. And the police took away the tents. Well, just a bit after he died. I mean, being there all the time. 24 hours a day, 365, 66 leap year days.
Yeah. Eric was born on a leap year date, so the 29th of February. So he only has a birthday every 4 years.
Oh, so actually he's really young. Really young.
That's why he looks so young.
That's right.
366.
That's why he looks so goddamn young.
Is that the
So
secret,
young,
not to celebrate birthdays? Shit.
When you're born, you're 1 year old, and when you're 90 or 100 years old, you're called in second childhood.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite.
He's in his second childhood at the age of 92. And also, Eric has been to Iraq with the Human Shields. Yeah.
Wow. What an
Human
experience.
Shields were protecting the water plants, power stations, etc.
So he was the oldest
Before the Americans started their bombing.
Yeah, if they listened to Julian, there wouldn't have been all these people killed. Because, you know, the deaths in Iraq, let's be very clear about it. It's a nice term called, what is it? Well, the death of, not genocide, but anyway, they killed 1/10 of the population. What's a word for that? 1/10 of it. 1/10. And anyway, they killed 2 million because the population of Iraq was 20 million, right?
Wow.
They killed about 2 million. 500,000 kids, you know. I mean, they'll deny it now, you know, the historians, so-called. But they all admit about the 500,000 kids because this was on television in the United States when Clinton's Secretary of State Atwood, I think, was questioned on this and asked if it wasn't too much of a price to pay for trying to change the system in Iraq. And she said, I think it wasn't too high a price to pay, you know. So that's just children. So now the figure we get here is that it wasn't even 500,000 Iraqis. And if it's 500,000 children, then think of all the adults who have been killed, the disabled
They
people.
want to take the younger generation. That's the, that's the idea, isn't it? To take out that.
They don't care.
Generation.
It is the war machine just moving and munching its way through people. And now it's got to the stage where, we have a chief magistrate presiding over Julian Assange's case, who is heavily invested in the war machine. No surprise that, it's heavily rigged against Julian, because that's what they want, the money for the guns. Even though these days it's all about bioweapons now, they don't need those submarines and the aircraft that they spend billions and billions of dollars. Silly countries like Australia is spending billions on submarines, which are faulty and apparently they won't ever use for these criminals who run these courts. Sorry.
It's more of a money laundering scheme because you can just put any amount on weapons, can't you?
I feel like I need to hold up my sign again now just to calm myself down.
Yeah. So when's Pompeo coming out? When's he due out again? Do we know?
When what?
When's Pompeo coming out? Do we know?
Today. We're just about to go down there now.
Right.
He's going to be there at 12, meeting with Boris Johnson at Downing Street, and then he'll be at 12:45. He's going around the corner to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office to meet Dominic Raab, who lied about the spy, CIA spy, and Tsoukalos, who drove a car on the wrong side of the road into a 19-year-old boy called Harry Dunn. He was on his way to visit his twin brother.
Yeah,
and,
the other extradition case. Yeah.
The other extradition case.
Yeah.
Which Anne Tsoukalos, the CIA agent, was spirited out of this country with the help of Dominic Raab, the Foreign Office, and the police. And then they made up some excuse, and then the Dunn family went to the White House. You may remember the news reports, and Donald Trump tried to get them to meet with Anne Tsoukalos, who they weren't pre-warned was in the next room. And Donald Trump got out a checkbook to write a sum for their son that they were seeking justice for to these people. And he actually thought that they would take the check and meet the CIA agent. They wanted to apologize.
Who's in the next room?
They said no. So
and they really fought for Assange as well, which has been lovely to see the co-support of supporters both ways.
To support them because they will be there meeting with outside Downing Street in the Westminster zone. So we're going down there now. We're hot footing it down there. It's awesome for us because we do an early morning, have a coffee, and then we're on to another one.
So you've got that'll be in about 2 hours time, right?
Yes.
Right, so it's probably a bit much to ask Josh to carry on or come back on live there, but would you, is that something you wanted to do, or could someone arrange for you?
I could come back in a couple hours.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Awesome.
We can get some interviews with the Dunn family before Pompeo arrives, and then we can show you the
film Pompeo would be amazing. Yeah.
And it's hard to get the shots with the crowd though, because it'll only be probably Pompeo and voices, because they don't let you on his side of the street to film back, if you know what I mean.
Maybe you need someone up a ladder getting a bird's eye view.
We might have to borrow Vivienne's birdcage.
No.
Yes.
I'll put my Trump head on. My Trump head will be on. Don't worry.
Perfect.
So
perfect.
We'll let you guys go back to bed, I suppose.
Well, I've got the kids. I've got to do my thing, but
you're awesome. You're just a legend. You never stop. You're like the Duracell bunny.
I can't believe we arranged this in such a short time. We've got to say thank you to Beth as well from Action for Assange, who like totally got Josh going, and Josh, of course, and we've got to thank Action for Assange, Slow News Day, and Unity for Jane for airing it again. Fantastic.
This sign is for those guys because Steve, Whitney Webb inspired it initially. She said
So
Yeah.
good. So good.
And
That's
then
so good.
Steve said, I'd say that about Pompeo. So I thought, oh, that's
Giant satanic blob of jello.
Pompeo, giant blob of satanic jello. He will see that today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
So,
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Ali May 101-234 on Twitter and Simpson Media UK on Twitter. We've had Ian
and I
Press.
will catch up with you
Thank you
guys
so
in
much,
about
Dave.
2 hours, yeah?
Yep.
All right, sweet. All right.
All right. See y'all in a
now.
couple hours.
See you later.
Ciao.
See you in a bit.
See you.